Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, comrades, cultists, and crypto bros, welcome back to the only show where the truth gets served hotter than a bunny chow in downtown Durban. Or should I say downtown Mogadishu? It's 10 minutes with Kuhle. Now, this morning's episode, wow, I'm asking you, please strap in. Donald Trump, yes, the orange Godzilla of Mar-a-Lago himself, just rejected an Israeli plan to assassinate Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. I probably butchered that name. I probably did. But that is because I don't know how to read terrorist names outside of Saddam Hussein. Now, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Trump said no to murder. I know I had to sit down too. The man who once tried to buy Greenland and threatened to nuke hurricanes suddenly turned into Mother Teresa. What a plot twist. So, according to a very brave, definitely anonymous US official, who definitely isn't trying to sell a book in 6 months, Israel said, hey, Donny, we've got the supreme leader of the Death to America fan club in our crosshairs. And Trump singing, did coke like a mob boss at a peace summit goes, nah, too messy. Let's try peace instead. Wait, hold up. This is the guy who literally drone struck Iran's general Soleimani into Kentucky Fried Jihad in 2020. Like it was a call of duty. And now he's saying no to Khamenei kebab. Was Trump abducted by pacifist aliens, or did Melania finally hide the nuclear codes? We're gonna make peace, folks. The best peace, the greatest peace, tremendous peace. Nobody makes peace like me. Believe me, even China believes me. Meanwhile, just to remind you what a calm, peaceful region the Middle East is, Iran responded by launching missiles into Israel like it's the Ramadan edition of World War III. They hit Tel Aviv, they hit Haifa, and Israel responded by doing what Israel does best, turning Tehran into a fireworks display without asking permission. But here's where it gets chef's kissy fun. As all the hell breaks loose, who's catching smoke for not singing a G7 statement? Donald Trump. He didn't sign the statement because he was too busy whispering sweet nothings to Benjamin Netanyahu. Don't worry, Bibi. Let them fight. I'm working on a big, peaceful peace deal. Might even name it after myself, the Donald Trump Toller Accord. Now back to the Ayatollah. This guy leads a theocracy where Wi-Fi is more illegal than nukes. He's got 85 million people under religious dictatorship. No gay rights, no TikTok, and women get arrested for showing hair. So obviously Israel wants him gone. But Trump, ever the strategic genius, have they killed an American yet? No. Then chill. So I guess the foreign policy bar is now until they murder one of ours. Let's give peace a shot. What honesty. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you will remember that this makes more sense than Joe Biden's policy of falling upstairs and calling it progress. I'm kidding. Now, I know you're thinking, Kuhle, how is this relevant to South Africa? Now, as I would say in my infinite wisdom, let me not say it because I'm not stupid. But we spent 700 million rand on a national dialogue to talk about feelings, while Trump is out here negotiating life and death with nuclear nations. Meanwhile, Julius is telling crowds that Trump and Elon Musk are scared of the EFF and telling people racism like kill the Boer. Fuck you, Julius, by the way. I mean it. Let me tell you what scares Trump. Nothing. Not communists, not impeachments, not even a spray tan shortage. Elon Musk, he's building flamethrowers and trying to colonize Mars. You think he's scared of a guy with a red beret and the Louis Vuitton belt? Oh, please. The only thing Julius scares is foreign investors and white people. It's the sad truth. So, ladies and gentlemen, you saw the thumbnail which spoke of South Africans revolting against the government. Now, that was not a clickbait thumbnail. Let's get to the story. Basically, why I mentioned this, and that was actually the news before this, but why I mentioned this was I've heard whispers from a couple of people in a couple of organizations where there are talks of what they call a tax revolt, where people are no longer going to pay for their municipal services. Pardon me. Because they don't feel as if they're getting adequate value for their buck. So there are talks of people stopping to pay municipal services. There are talks of that happening, and I'm in support of that. Why should we be paying for services that we don't receive? Why should we be paying for stuff that we don't get? So, I mean, it's like a shop. If I buy 3 burgers and I get one, why did I pay for the other 2? I would say, I want my money back. And that is something that is actually being spoken about. And I know I'm saying this so unprofessionally. It's very early in the morning. My mind is still warming up. You've got to forgive me. But it's something that I've heard, especially I've read on the streets of Twitter where people are speaking about a revolt. And you'll remember that July unrest started on social media. Hence, I'm saying that the revolts are a possibility and they are possibly coming. And this will be a revolt where black and white hold hands because both are not receiving services from the government. Another thing is, ladies and gentlemen, South Africa is heading towards a stage of a civil war / revolt / genocide / racism / blah, 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 blah. You know, kill the Boer is, I've said that so many times on the show. I don't even know what more I can say. I think I've said too much by this time. But it is a genocidal call, which is going to lead to a revolt against the government. That's the second point. Number 3, Bello. It is an indoctrination on our children, which will lead to a revolt against the government. That's number 3. NHI will be one of the big kickers to lead to a revolt against the government because now many South Africans will be forced to compete, or not to compete, rather to fight for a space in the ailing healthcare sector where doctors don't even have paracetamol for patients. These are all going to lead to revolts against the government. And the government is not ready for a revolt. South Africans are getting angry. Both black, both white. No one gives a damn about them, especially the greedy communist ANC. So, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, that's been about it, ladies and gentlemen. That was actually one of the reasons why the title or the thumbnail speaks about South Africans revolting against the government, because there are talks about it. Just go on Twitter, you will see it for yourself. You know, obviously no organization will call for a revolt outright because who wants to go to court? But like I said, where did July unrest start? And I saw the tweets over the last couple of days. So, yeah, South Africans could be revolting against the government. Pretoria could look like downtown Mogadishu. Anything's possible. So, ladies and gentlemen, in summary, Trump said no to regime change. Iran said yes to missiles. Israel said yes to revenge. And South Africa, we said yes to national conversations and taking Israel to ICJ. Because talking about problems has worked so well for our economy, electricity, and youth unemployment. That's it for today. It's been 10 minutes with Kuhle, the only place where sarcasm means sanity, and truth gets dressed up in a clown suit to match the circus we live in. Well, where the clowns actually are as parliament. But please do like, subscribe, send this to your politically confused uncle, and remember, in a world full of ayatollahs and fake news, be a Trump. Say no to war, yes to peace, and build a hotel while you're at it. Cheers. I'm out.